Alright, boys and girls, welcome back to the drive-through for a little Algebra 117 edition. I hope you guys are feeling more and more comfortable with this as you go. Okay? If you haven't already read the first paragraph, go ahead and pause the video and read your PDF or your paper or the video. So we're going to want both a recursive and an explicit formula. Okay? I think that in order to help us here, we're going to want to put this as a table. So, after one day of doing his work, his mom will give them 10 candies. On day 2, 20 candies. 3, 30 candies. If he does 0 amount of work, he will get 0 candies. Notice that this problem is arithmetic. It has a slope. The 4th day would be 40 candies. It goes up by 10 every time. So on the nth day, it'll be 40n plus 0. How do we figure that out? F of n is equal, well, the slope, it's mx plus b. What's the slope? In this case, it's 10, and the intercept is 0, meaning we started, if we did 0 things, we would get 0 output. So this is the explicit. I'll change my x to an n. This is, I guess, y equals, these are the same thing. Y equals mx plus b, f of n is equal to 10n plus 0. They're both in the same format. We'll just call that 10n. All right, so now the recursive. Well, where do we begin? The first number is 10. To find f of n, take f of n minus 1 and then add 10 more to it. And you know, I think I've been doing this all along in my previous videos. The recursive shouldn't be n minus 1, it's f of n minus 1. Use a formula to find out how many candies Augustus will get on day 30 of the plan. Well, I don't think this is a very good plan by Mrs. Gloop. But anyway, I think it's much easier to just take the 30 and put it into this, because we don't know where he will be on the 29th. So this would be better to use the explicit formula, and that's 10 times 30. He will be given 300 pieces of candy on that day. So now, Augustus decides this is a terrible idea. Let's change the plan. Why don't you give me 1 piece of candy on the first day, 2 on the second day, etc. Okay? Model the amount of candy that Augustus would get each day he reaches his goals. So I think I'll just model it with a chart. On day 1, he'll get 1 piece of candy. Day 2, 2 pieces. 3 pieces. 4 pieces. We could also model that with a line. Okay? Use your model to predict the number of candies that Augustus would earn on the 30th day. My model is 30 candies. That's my prediction. Write both a recursive and an explicit formula that shows the number of candies. It's just that Augustus will have on the nth day. Okay, so it should be f of n equals 1n. The slope is 1. And recursive, f of 1 is 1. F of n is f of n minus 1 plus 1. So very similar to the last one. Wow. Augustus is selfish and unpopular at school. He decides to improve his image by sharing his candy. When he has a pile of 100,000 candies, he plans to generously give away 60% of the candies that are in the pile each day. What? Although Augustus will be earning more candies or doing his homework, he's only giving away candies from the pile he started. Wow. How many pieces of candy will be left on day 4? So, on day 1, let's see. So let's say on day 1 he has 100,000 candies. He's going to give away 60% of them each day. So on day 2, he's going to keep 40% of them, and that's going to be 40,000. So 0.40 times 100,000. That gets you to 40,000. Now we're going to take that and we're going to multiply it by 0.4. And on day 3, you'll see that he has 16,000. Multiply that by 0.4. And on day 4, you'll have 6,400. And on day 5, $2,560, and on day 6, 1,024, and on day 7, 409.6, and on day 8, 163.84. Okay, how many pieces of candy will be left on day 4? This should be 6,400, excuse me. And on day 8, 163.84 pieces of candy. Model the amount of candy that would be left in the pile each day. I did that with the table on the right. How many days will it take for the candy to be gone? Well, technically it will never be gone, because there will still be some piece of the candy remaining, because he's holding on to 40% of the candy every day, so it will never be gone. It'll take infinitely many days. He's going to have a small smidge of candy left at all times. All right, so now to some of your homework. You'll notice that the homework appears to be more like math. Okay, that's a good thing. So, but I hope you're open-minded to all the things you're learning differently, in a different style. It says that we're trying to distinguish between arithmetic and geometric. Remember, arithmetic, add or subtract. Geometric, you multiply or divide. Okay? So, notice, add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5. The common difference, it's a difference. It's 5, and that makes it arithmetic. From 20 to 10, we multiplied by a half, or we subtracted 10. Well, if we subtracted 10, that would be 0. But if we divided by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, this is a common ratio. The ratio is we are multiplying by a half, because it's ratio, okay? And this is a geometric series. If you put divided by 2, I would probably take it. Determine whether the given information represents arithmetic or geometric sequence. Then write the recursive and explicit. Up 2, up 2, up 2. This is arithmetic. The recursive, f of 1 equals 2. F of n is f of n minus 1 plus 2. Okay? Explicit. Y equals 2x plus 0. All right. 2, it's double. This is geometric. Recursive is easier for this one. F of 1 is 2. F of n is f of n minus 1 times 2. Explicit, that's going to be hard, so I'm going to make a table. The first one is 2, the second one is 4, the third one is 8, and the fourth one is 16. Well, this is 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 4, and 2 times 8. Okay, well, this is 2 to the 0. 2 to the first, 2 squared, 2 cubed. So now I see the pattern. So for n, it's going to be 2 times 2 to the n minus 1. Y equals 2 times 2 to the n minus 1. All right, up 4, up 4, up 4, that's arithmetic. The explicit, let's see, well, where will it be at 0? Let's follow it back to 0. So if we follow the pattern, we started at -1. That is our b for y equals mx plus b. M is your slope, b is your intercept, so this is going to be y equals 4x plus -1, or f of n is 4 times n plus -1. 4n minus 1 is a better way to write it. I just don't want to confuse you guys. Okay. What is the oh shoot, that's the explicit. For the recursive, f of 1 is 1. F of n is take whatever the previous one was and add 4 to it. Number 9, 3 chocolate bars every 5 days. So she eats part of the bar each day. How much does she eat each day? I'll skip 9. I don't even like that. I don't know what. I should have included the directions. All right, this is pretty simple. We're going to focus on slope here. So A is at 2, -1. B is at 4, 2. It tells you that the slope is 3, and they want you to see that it's up 3 over 2. Okay? H is at -2, 1. K is at 2, 5. The slope is 1. Notice it's up 4 over 4. So 4 over 4 reduces to 1 over 1. On the bottom ones, they just want you to find the slope. So -3, 0, 0, 5. What is that slope? Well, it's rise, so it's up 5 over run over 3. So it's 5/3. All right. Hope this helps you guys. Keep working hard. Boom!